gospel truth. The truth, all we want is the truth, and good news coming straight to you. The truth, all we want is the truth, and good news talking about the gospel truth, the gospel truth, the truth, yeah, all we want is the truth, and good news coming straight to you. The truth, all we want is the truth, and good news talking about the gospel truth, it's the gospel truth.
Start off here. And just when you answer, just let me know whoever's going to answer the question. But the first question is, why did you guys decide, as a family and as sisters, why now did you guys decide to go public and talk about this in such a, a big forum? Why now? You guys have been around for a very long time. What was it about, this time in your life that made you want to do this show?
This is Latrice, and I'll first of all say it came about with the relationship I had with Ray Chu, and through that I met his wife Vivian. And about 4 years ago, we were trying to work on something. I proposed to her to motivate and inspire myself, along with my family, to adapt healthier lifestyles. And at the time, it didn't work out, but we revisited it this time. And Iyanla's show was new and was doing well. And she was friends with Iyanla, and she suggested that we try to, do it that way. I found and even read that a lot of times public accountability when you're dealing with issues is the greatest way to ensure success. Mm-hmm. And not only that, the Word of God says that we help others to overcome, and we overcome not only through the blood of the Lamb, but through the words of our testimony. So what better way to help others with the platform that He's given us than by sharing our story? So not only can we overcome, but so that others in the gospel industry, in the church, and families can overcome and live healthier lives.
Now, were any of you... Did any of you have reservations or nervous about what the whole process was going to be, how much was going to be revealed? Were any of you, having any trepidation about the whole process?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think we all did to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I still do.
Yeah, right. And what is it?
I think it's not only important that you tell your story, but it's the way that it's told. Mm-hmm. And we were assured that our concern was making sure it was told with dignity and yet with class and just told the right way. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now we know in especially in the black community and in church, weight has always been an issue. I mean, it just seems like it's an issue in our culture and our community. And I know that's one of the big issues that you guys discussed on the show. Within the weight subject, did it bring up a lot of other things that maybe you guys hadn't dealt with as a family?
Yes, it did. This is Wyatt. Yes, during the show, we were able to get to know one another, some things about one another that we had not known before. And I think that was a life opening thing for me,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And would you guys...
There were certain things I was eating. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, there are certain things, for instance, with my older sister, Duranice, we used to always wonder why she would do certain things. Like, she was always just guarded about and she would always be like she was always on guard and trying to look for something. And we found out why she was doing those things. Some things happened to her, and you get to see it on the show. But it explained the attitude and why she was always on guard about stuff and being very, very protective about herself. Now we understand, and she's free from that thing, and we understand her personality from what happened.
Okay. Would you consider you all to be a close family, and had you guys tried measures like this in the past?
We are very close, but I don't think we've ever tried anything like this. This is Lydia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've ever tried counseling like this because one thing we were taught, and that's one thing that kept ringing in my head, if Jesus can't fix it, nobody can. So we have to understand that Jesus also uses vessels.
Absolutely.
That have been trained and skilled in the areas of getting to the bottom, the reason why you're doing what you're doing. And so in this process, I discovered something about myself. I did not know that my not completing school was weighing so heavily on me. It was just something I had buried under the altar.
Mm-hmm.
Or, said, oh, Jesus will fix it.
Right.
He's like, no, I need you to pull it out for myself. Stare it in the face and tell me what you want me to do about it. What are you going to do about it? So, yeah, we really haven't done anything like this before. Yeah, I would like to add to that and kind of piggyback on the question you asked previously. I think the process that Iyanla took allowed us, that we didn't know before, it allowed us to realize that one thing she said is that you all can sing, but you don't have a voice.
Mm.
And what we realized is that we just went along with other people's plans for our lives for so long that we never expressed how we felt about something or what we wanted to do or what our passions were. And many times when your voice is taken away from you, you begin to suppress it with maybe I don't want to go work out, or I'm not. We just gonna eat. We just gonna sit here and eat and do everything Daddy and Murphy said do, or whatever. So a lot of times we realize, okay, I think for me, this process allowed me to take control of me and say, okay, this is what I want to do, and this is what I don't want to do. This is what I want to do with my life, and this is how I want to look. So these are the steps I'm going to take to get here.
Right.
We now have a voice.
Let me ask you this. Why do you feel like it has taken you all this long to get to this point?
I can say, go ahead. Well, the death of my father and my brother just kind of hit home really hard about the health issues.
Mm-hmm.
To the fact I simply have to say, okay, do we want to lose another family member because of being overweight and not eating right? For me, it was like, okay, we got to do something about this now. And it wasn't that we hadn't tried individually before now, but I think as my father and brother passed and then my niece passing, it just really made us see that, okay, where are we from here? Where are we going from here as just girls and my mother?
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do? Where are we going?
And who was that that just said that?
Dwight.
Okay.
Gerald,
Uh-huh.
Latrice, I'll also say for me, frustration will birth change.
Mm.
When you're tired of being where you are, you will say, okay, what must we do from here, or what can we do to change things? So I would say for me, frustration birth change.
Okay. Now let me ask you this: the death of your father, your brother, and your niece, was it all weight and health related issues?
I can't answer that.
Okay.
No, we can't do that. I will say this: this is Latrice,
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't have those reports. I will say this: that when at my time of passing, I want the thought of, well, possibly it was weight because she was overweight. I don't even want it to be a consideration.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
I know that I do know that my father and my brother both passed from health issues, and we know that from a friend of ours, Dr. Goff, he said if there's anything wrong with you, you ate it more than likely, unless you were just born just your diet.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, a lot of times we're afraid to just say it. We want to just say, you know, oh, well, this is something God has inflicted upon me. No, you inflicted it upon yourself. Your teeth dug your grave. So,
Right.
and you know, can I say this? This is Latrice. One of the most troublesome things for me is that my brother was a health advocate for the family.
Yeah.
He introduced us to protein shakes. He introduced us to juicing. He introduced us to ion foot soaks and colonics. So it's not that he didn't try.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and I don't want that to be our issue or our downfall as well, because you can try and apply, but some hurdles you just can't get over.
Right.
So I feel like us banding together and with there being strength in numbers, okay, we have got to overcome this obstacle, because if we keep trying to do it individually, it's just not going to happen.
Right.
Because he did try. Yeah. He did try, and a lot of times it's not that we're not putting forth an effort, but then if that underlying current is still there, if that issue is still there, that causes pain, that causes discomfort, that you don't want to share, you don't want to talk about, how do you go and find relief from that?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times it's through food.
Right.
You know, some people use entertainment, some people use booze or drugs. Yeah. But, you know, with us being a Christian home, we knew, okay, we're not going to do that.
Right.
So you go and you sit around a table somewhere, or you know, get on a couch with your Haagen-Dazs, and you just have a good time, and you eat over that thing.
I
know you want to get to the next question, but I want to...
Hold on, 1 sec. Who just said that before Latrice started? Who just said that?
Lydia.
Okay, go ahead, Latrice.
Sometimes, and also, in addition with Lydia, you look at not just your life, the obstacles you have to overcome in life, but you stand in the mirror and you look at yourself day in and day out, and you feel like, oh my God, this is not going to change. This is never going to go away.
Mm-hmm.
So in counseling, you're able to, and I believe that was one of the things that helped me with the young. You're able to change your thinking and change your thought pattern and realize, okay, if I be consistent with this, it will get smaller. It will eventually go away.
Right. Okay. Did any of you ever consider surgery?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yes. Yes.
And how come no?
Yeah.
How come no one ever did it?
A lot of people who've gone through surgery, you realize, okay, I'm not willing to sacrifice my beauty for being small, because a lot of guys look shriveled up and dried up, and it's just not appealing. So it's like, okay, no, that's not the way I'm going.
Right.
And some of them look good. I got some friends that did that, so for the record.
Okay.
With surgery, this is Latrice. I've had so many consultations,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized when you do go the surgical route, it's just the beginning of a string of other surgeries that have to happen.
Mm-hmm.
If you get the lap band or if you get gastric, you're going to have the sagging skin. So eventually you're going to have to get
the skin removed,
or you're going to have to get a body lift.
Right.
And then all of that stuff is like $10,000 plus, and it takes up to like 3 to 4 months of recovery. Ain't nobody got time for that. So now you're small, but you're full.
Right.
Now you got to call Iyanla up.
Right. All right. Problems on top of problems. Exactly. Let me ask you this. As far as like personal relationships with men and things like that, did the weight issues and the other mental issues that were going on, did it affect relationships and, really getting close to getting in personal relationships with men, I would say?
This is Iyanla. I had no problems with that.
Okay. So you said you were still bringing it, right?
I had no issue with it, because there are people that are 10 times bigger than us and have relationships, and they're married and in love relationships. For me, that is not an issue. Weight is not an issue when it comes to relationships.
Okay.
This is Latrice, and I dated more when I was bigger than what I am now. I don't know what it is. It's me. This is the why. I didn't see it as an issue. But for me personally, I wanted to be a certain size before I started dating.
Okay.
This is the reality. When I was 240 pounds heavier, I don't know what it is about me, and they love that better. When I lost the weight, he got intimidated.
Well, I guess.
Some men see that as an insecurity. And I got insecurity, so the bigger you are, you may be more acceptable, to receive them. And then as you get taller and become this person that the society says more acceptable, then they may become intimidated. I'm not saying they are.
Mm-hmm.
They may become intimidated and don't want to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
So the issue is not us.
Who just said that?
Especially religious.
Okay. Great point. Let me ask you this one more question on just the show and everything. Was there anything that happened during the show or during the counseling that you feel like, okay, maybe wasn't resolved, or there's still some things there, or did it really clear up mostly everything?
For me,
Huh?
For me, it took care of a whole lot for me. I took care of I guess I could say about 20 years of baggage, luggage.
Wow.
It helped me. I really can say I can see clearly. I can hear clearly. I'm so glad how I feel now. I see life totally different. I'm enjoying myself that, yesterday just turned 55, and I just feel that's wonderful. I'm glad that God used, Danny Bell is one of my favorite singers of mine, gospel singer. She said, ordinary people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I honor was. She's just an ordinary person God sent by to use as a lifeline for me, help me get to this place where I am right now, and it's a happy place. And I hadn't been in a happy place. I can make people happy, singing and preaching, but I wasn't happy. Wow. I'm happy.
Who said that, Duranis? Okay. Well, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
This is Latrice, and I would like to add or say that it's unrealistic to think that anybody's life issues can be solved in one day of taping that's edited down to 1 hour.
Right.
So for me, it was more of an encouragement to continue on the path that I'm on and to go home and continue to do your homework.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to plug my book, but I did a book called Be the Change. And in the book, I talk about how you have to be willing to dig deep. Sorry? Oh, you have to be willing to dig deep and do your own dirty work. You have to look inwardly and, just say, okay, what did I learn from this process, or what can I take away from something, or how can I better myself? And then, okay, I'm going to work towards that. So, no, Iyanla fixed My Overweight Family. I didn't go there and check into a camp where we ate healthy and worked out like Biggest Loser, and I came back 50 pounds lighter.
Right.
But mentally, in my mentality, I was different.
Mm-hmm.
And it gave me the motivation I needed to come home and continue to go to LA Fitness.
Okay.
Or, eat healthy.
And Latrice, I must say, I think you're probably one of the most visible sisters that we kind of see on social network and things like that. You're very active on Twitter and stuff like that. So I think a lot of us have watched your process kind of from afar, but feel like we're still doing it with you. I know I have. I follow you on Twitter, and I may not speak to you or anything, but I definitely have seen the progress and what you've done and how you look, and it's an absolute noticeable change of who you were before and who you are and who we see now. So I think just for that, people definitely, you out of everyone, I think, 'cause